the Big Ten should not sell their soul to an equity firm, a financial group, or anything of the kind. Listen, Ohio State and a lot of other Big Ten programs are in debt, and they want to be bailed out. And they are willing to sell their soul through year 2046 with this one. Michigan and USC are against it. I understand it. I understand that USC, there's tiers to what programs are going to make through the year 2046. And USC is in tier 2, Michigan's in tier 1, and still does not want it. They do not want it at all. And I understand why. Michigan is in the black in football. They make money playing the game. They're a university first. And then they're a damn good football program as well. And then across every other sport, Michigan is in the black. They make money. They're good at every single one in the athletic department. So overall, it's a profitable adventure for the University of Michigan. What they don't want is to be pigeonholed into its future. Into 2046? Come on. No, especially because if Michigan ever needs money, if they ever do, then donors will step up and fill the gap for Michigan. We've seen it. We've seen players be bought from Michigan and Bryce Underwood. We've seen the $30 million penalty from the NCAA wiped out right away. So it's not Michigan's fault that the capitalist world that we live in isn't fair to the rest of the teams. It's not the world people have decided to live in. So that's not Michigan's fault. You know, Michigan's somewhat of a blue state. We like socialism somewhat. This capitalist society has created a monster, and it is Michigan football right now. It's not their fault. This investment group wants a form of socialism, but that doesn't suit Michigan's interests right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if Michigan does leave the Big Ten if this is passed, because of the same problem that happened a century ago in this conference. Michigan wanted their way in a certain instance. The Big Ten said no. All right, Michigan left. The problem is that a century ago, we didn't have opponents to schedule. We didn't, it was the Big Ten that kept us with games. The Notre Dame, the only reason they can get away with being independent right now today is because they have that 5-game agreement with the ACC. They play 5 games per year there. They have USC and Stanford always. Used to be Michigan, Michigan State. They play Big Ten teams, and then there's Navy, and they have games. They have a lineup, and it's a decent schedule always for them. Michigan didn't have that 100 years ago. And so could we do it again? And I say we could, but I don't like it. I don't like it at all. No one wants to play Michigan. So we had to rejoin the Big Ten 100 years ago. And I don't think anyone will be independent after we have 2 super conferences. It's inevitable. It's coming up with a players' union. and contracts for players and etc. It's happened. It's going to happen. With money is now infused into our sport, and Michigan's going to be on top. What will we do with it? We do not want to sell our soul for the rest of all the Big Ten teams. No, that's not what's going to happen. So do we go independent? I think no. Michigan will have to be in an SEC conference or a Big Ten conference going forward. And if the Big Ten doesn't want them, hell, why not? Let's join the SEC. Many of money would fall into Michigan's lap if that was to be the case. It would create a stable environment for Michigan. We won't be chastised for all the little stupid shit that we did. Maybe the Big Ten isn't our path because the institution just simply hates us. And maybe we just have to go independent or SEC. Or the thing that scares me though, if we do that, is if we go independent, we have to be able to schedule teams that are good, to have a decent schedule. And then the other thing is, if we go to another conference, it's got to be the SEC. That's what it has to be, because those are the two that are going to be on top when it's all said and done, and we're going to have the NFL type model that everyone projects. I projected it a long, long time ago, and that's why, I watched Michigan Wolverines live on the Voice of College Football tonight, and Jordan Adamo and TJ Ronan were debating. I don't like the independent route for Michigan. I don't like the Big Ten route for Michigan if we're going to get screwed over and have to sell our soul for the future. You got to understand that in this new day and age, every game, every year adds value. And more value. It's exponentially created with these games. And if we sell right now, we're selling too low. Our product is way better than the average Big Ten team. So it's a dichotomy here for Michigan football and what they're going to do. People are allowed to pay $20-something million to their rosters across all sports. And out of university funds. So every team is going to be expected to do that. What is this $130 million or whatever for Ohio State? What is that going to do for you? That's like 2-3 years with your kind of a roster. Really, you want to sell your soul for this? Get over it. Michigan is the class of the Big Ten, is the dominant flagship program across all sports for the Big Ten. Get over it and come on to our side. You can make more money if we stick together. That's the capitalist society that we live in. I hate it. I'm not a big fan of chasing the dollar instead of helping your fellow man. But that's the world we live in. And so, I don't fault Michigan for not wanting this deal. And who knows what the future holds. But it's coming to this privatization of college football. Just like privatization of Medicare. Just like privatization of all the things we hold dear and should be sacred. It's being privatized now. So we'll have to just wait and see. Go Blue. Hopefully they make the right decision. Michigan Regents and the board is absolutely right on this and holding out. Do not sell your soul to the devil until 2046, because then he'll have it the rest of your life. Get the get the best deal for you, and we'll see what happens. Have a great day. I hate this kind of stuff. Realignment and everything. It's all tied together. Money created it. There's no real competition anymore between rivals. And all right, you have this team that's been there 3 years now, and maybe they could beat that rival. No, that's gone. As soon as someone's good, a better program's gonna snatch them up. Trickle down, yeah.